Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of the Bankroll. Today, we're talking Europa League for Thursday, November 23rd. I'm your host, the Big Man on Campus, joined as always by my co-host, my cohort, Alex Renee for tips. Alex, we've broken down most of these Europa League matches. You and I, as they've come in, you and I are pretty much the only people that like Europa League. And we've actually done pretty well with these. It's nice finding some value or trying to find some value. And we'll look to do it. We have two matches left in Europa League as they try to as we try to find a winner here. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm great, preparing for Champions League later on, but happy to be here to deliver our best bets from Europa League. Not a lot of matches I'm looking at, but always I'm looking for the value. I think that I have around 7 matches or 8 matches, not more than that, with one of them
Yeah.
being the banker.
Yep. Yep. We won't go over every match, but you and I usually find probably 7 to 8 that we like that we'll chat about here and maybe take a question or two as well. Let's jump into it and start up at the top. We welcome all of the listeners in checking us out as they trickle in here. We welcome you in. This is Europa League coverage for Thursday's matches. As far as our other picks, I'll kind of get this out of the way. If you have a question on a Champions League match, Flash, me, and Alex joined Natalie yesterday, and we broke down both days of Champions League on Tuesday and Wednesday. You can get all our predictions on some of the other videos, but make sure you watch this show before you check those out. Plenty of time before Champions League begins. Let's get into it here, Alex. We'll start kind of up towards the top. This is kind of an interesting game. We'll see if you have an opinion on it. It's just kind of one I wanted to chat about because this is always an interesting fixture when you have Astana playing FC Astana from Kazakhstan. They're home against Villarreal, Villarreal out of the La Liga. They're leading Group A, and they have a 1 point lead on Astana with 2 games to play. Game obviously means a ton, particularly to the home side here. That's a tough place to play, Alex. I mean, in that Northern Asia market, the Kazakhstans, the Russias, the Ukraines, the Azerbaijans. Those are tough places to go and play, especially at this time. Big game. Can the home team get a result here? I'm one to think they can. It's a pretty decent price to maybe take a shot, but this is a real difference in real talent. I mean, Villarreal is a very decent La Liga team. Astana obviously doesn't have the talent they have. Do we have some value on the home team, or are you going to back the visitors who might be the better side?
Yeah, Villarreal are the better side, but it's exactly like a really tough travel when they're playing Kazakhstan and Astana there. Astana, surprisingly, second, as you said, in the standings. They are fighting for at least the second spot to qualify further in the knockout stages. And they might get a draw from this. Double chance for them to tell you 1.61 is too low, so I will not play it. It's a pass for this game for me. But I don't say that they might not take 1 point with the Villarreal coming to travel in such a tough pitch.
Yeah, I had a tough time kind of trying to find value myself here. I wanted to maybe take a shot with the draw double chance, but the price just isn't good enough. Obviously, I can't take +1. I think Villarreal's a better side, but I don't really want to back them going into Kazakhstan. So it should be an interesting game. But I think one thing Astana can take from this is they can play with some big teams in the world, which is impressive. This country's not known for soccer really lately, but they've kind of shown that maybe they should. So Kazakhstan, a very underrated country though for sports. They have a great basketball league. Their soccer leagues are starting to pick up a little bit. So nice to see from that nation. So yeah, it's a tough one. Not a ton of value. We'll move on. Arsenal, Alex, is headed on the
Wait,
road.
wait.
Yeah.
Wait, till Arsenal, we have also Athletic Bilbao versus Hertha
Oh
Berlin.
yeah. I'm not.
If you want to
I
take
wasn't
them
really
up
just.
on my list.
Yeah. I wasn't.
Okay. Continue with Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just kind of breaking down some of the games that we're kind of or we kind of are into. Actually, we could just go in order, no biggie. Athletic Bilbao, Hertha Berlin. This is an interesting game just because of the table. Really, I mean, you look at this table and you say to yourself, when you come into this table, who's going to win? You'd probably say it'd be Bilbao or Hertha Berlin, but not the case. Zorya out of Ukraine and Östersund out of Sweden have led this group, surprisingly enough. But it's close. I mean, first and fourth are decided by basically 3 points. So with 2 games to play, I don't count out these guys just yet. Both these teams need to go for it, Alex. They need a result here. Decent sides as far as scoring prowess. I might look towards a Botis to score here, though the price is actually pretty good, 2.05. I think both these teams need to go for it. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 1-1 draw. Um, I think they're both kind of desperate at this point, sitting in third and fourth here.
Yeah, I think that is a must win for both of them. But surprisingly, all four teams are fighting for the two spots with 2 matches to go till the end of the group stage. Hertha Berlin haven't won a match on the road either in Europa League. So it's really tough for them to travel and win points. They lost against Östersund, they lost against Zorya, Lugansk, and I think that they will lose against Athletic Bilbao. 1.7, I'm going with Bilbao all the way, as they are also the better side from these two sides.
Yeah, not much for me in this one. Both these first two matches, I don't have a ton on. Uh, BATE Borisov heading or hosting Red Star Belgrade here. Two tough places to play. BATE Borisov in Belarus, a tough place to go and play. And we all know Red Star is as well. Two very good home sides here. I wonder though, look at Red Star Belgrade, very good defensive side. I think they've shown that in this group. I mean, they played great against Arsenal, held them to a draw. That was a game that I think they were pretty annoyed in. If you look at Arsenal, they were really annoyed they couldn't get a goal in that game. But Red Star played fantastic. The problem with Red Star is all they can do is really defend. They're not a great goal scoring team. They've only scored 2 goals in these 4 games. Two pretty evenly matched teams, but I think Bate slightly better. This actually looks decent, a decent draw play here, 3.1. I could see a real cagey match. Maybe if Bate scores, I think they'll win. I don't know that Red Star can score a goal. They've made that very evident. But I guess my play for this one officially, I'm going to go under at 1.7. It's kind of low. You really got to try to look for those odds. But I got to tell you, I just don't know that I see 3 goals. I think both these teams will be clinical in their defense. I got a feeling, Alex, I think this is a draw, or I think 1 goal is going to win this one. I actually really like the under 2.5 at 1.7.
I'm on the same page that under 2.5 looks amazing at 1.7. But Borisov should win this match because for them a draw is like a loss match. Red Star Belgrade are 1 point above them, so they will defend with all their powers. For that point, they need to go further in the knockout stages. So I think that the best approach is the under 2.5. I agree totally with it.
Yeah, really looks like a nice play. That's going to be an official pick for me on these shows. Um, let's move on. I don't have much on some of these other ones. Let's talk Cologne Arsenal. Cologne hosting Arsenal, lowly Cologne, Alex. Look, they're one of the worst Bundesliga sides, let alone a team that should be competing in this competition. They're just outmatched. They've given up tons of goals. They can score a little bit, but Arsenal obviously will go with an experimental team, but even their experimental second team is better than anything that Cologne can throw at you. Question is, can Cologne score? I think they can. I mean, they've scored 6 goals in 4 matches. They're not totally lost. And you have to figure, I mean, the defense for Arsenal is still going to be pretty good. But I'm interested to see what Eni Nketiah has here. He should, I'd imagine, be the striker in this game. I don't think we'll see Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott's really struggled lately.
Olivier
I think this is
Giroud.
a good. Yeah, well, he's hurt, I believe, also a little bit. I think this is a good spot if you're, Arsene Wenger. I mean, you're not going to lose. You've already qualified. Why not give Nketiah a shot? I mean, he played well against Norwich City. Maybe he can give you some length up there at the striker position. I'm gonna go. I mean, you got to ask yourself: is there any value here. I'm going to go with Arsenal. I think you have to. I can't bet on Cologne. I just can't. Cologne is a dreadful, disgusting side. And I think even their second team for Arsenal, there's not much care for this game, but hey, I'm going to just fade Cologne. I've been doing that, and it's worked. I'm going to take a shot with Arsenal. I could see a draw here, but I think the value is hard to pass up with the Gunners here.
Yeah, the Drono bet at 1.9 looks like a really decent price. We've seen some of the youngster English Arsenal guys playing in the championship, or also the under 21 team. I think that they are doing an amazing job, and they will fight for their place in their team over for the next year, or for the next 2 years from now on. I think that they have guts. They have what they need to become really good players for Arsenal, and can make the difference in this match. And I think that they will enter this match uh, as eager to win and to show what they are capable of. So at 1.9, Arsenal draw no bet seems like a really good bet.
I mean, it's pretty amazing. I mean, you look at like the second team for Arsenal, and like even look at like their defenders. I mean, Debussy and Callum Chambers and Rob Holding. I mean, Rob Holding is a first team player. Their midfield. I mean, you could put El Neni in there, Coquelin, Maitland Niles, Cazorla. I mean, Cazorla is injured, but either way, I mean, Jack Wilshere. I mean, these are these are elite players seemingly that you can bring in. It just goes to show you how stacked these Premier League teams are. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And obviously, even up front, I mean, Awobi is a really good Nigerian striker, or even like we said with Nketiah. I mean, they're just a stacked team. They
I
should be
think
able
that
to really.
Iobi scored against Argentina 2 goals when
Yeah,
on a
he did.
friendly match,
He's a really
and
good player.
Argentina
Yeah.
Argentina was just without Messi, but they were with Dybala, Higuain, with all their stars, and Iobi scored two.
No, he's a really good player, and he can't even seemingly get on this team at times. So, I mean, listen, I've made it clear, and I want to make this very clear. I think Arsenal's a really talented side. I do. My main problem with them continuously is the coaching and the upper management. I feel like they don't run the team properly, but their talent on the team is very good. I mean, they have a ton of talent. It's just will the coach or the manager mess it up? But yeah, I like them in this spot. I think they're a really talented side. The fact that we're giving them 2.62 here, I think even the third teamers, like an Enketia, they're a positive group. So I'm going to go 2.62 with Arsenal here. That's going to be the second play I'm going to recommend. Um, Salzburg,
So
Guamare.
no, I think that we should pass some of them. I think that we
No, no.
should
Yeah,
arrive.
I'm just kind of going.
Okay,
I'm just kind of, yeah. I'm not going to play Konyaspor and Marseille. I have nothing. Lazio, Vitesse. This is, I mean, not one. Lazio's already won. They're going to have a limited squad here. You could argue, Alex,
exactly.
that Vitesse is possibly the worst team in this competition. They're sixth in their league. They're in the Dutch league. They don't belong here. No opinion
And
there.
also
Locomotive. Yeah.
Vardar are going head to head with them, being the worst team in this Europa League. Vardar
No,
Skopje.
yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, which we'll get to later. Lokomotiv, Moscow, Copenhagen. A pretty important game in this group. Lokomotiv is hanging there in this group. 1.9 win there. Not a bad price. I mean, especially with it being in a Russian setting. Those are always kind of ones you want to jump onto. And you look at Group F, Copenhagen leads at sixth. Sheriff Tiraspol at six as well. Lokomotiv right behind. This is a must win for this group. At home, I don't hate this price, but this is a tough group. I mean, all these teams are really kind of in it. Um, other than Zlin, they're not, but the other three are. Tough game to predict here.
Yeah, absolutely tough game to predict. And the group is really weird. Copenhagen, yeah, they seem to be like the best team in this group, but you never know in what will happen in Russia.
Yeah, Gaming Noobs is mentioning, I can't believe the words coming out of Big Man's mouth. Yeah, Gaming Noobs, I've never mentioned that I think their players suck. They all are very talented. I just don't like their manager. If I'll be real, I love a lot of their players. It's just I don't like the manager. What's up, Cody? All the guys in here, welcome in. We do appreciate it. Yes, as far as Copenhagen Lokomotiv, I lean a little bit with the boys from Russia. I think this is a decent spot, but both teams really need the game. Lugano, Hapoel, Sheva. Lugano
Yes,
is
I
a
have. Stop,
yeah.
stop there.
Yeah,
Okay,
hey,
I
Alex, I'm
know.
actually gonna
I
stop at
follow
all of
very
them.
much.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop at
I
all.
follow a lot this group. I follow a lot this group because my team that I support from Romania are playing inside this group. So Hapoel Beersheva have the first chance. Also, this is my banker for Europa League. That's 2.55 Hapoel Beersheva to win away at Lugano. They are the better side. I saw their play in both matches against the FCSB from Romania. So they should really easily win this away game at Lugano. 2.55 are a decent set of odds from my point of view.
I agree with you totally. Nice, Zalta, Vargam. Nice is a team that as many of us we know out of the French league, they're not going to catch Lazio. I think they'll get second in this group and be fine. Kind of need to shore up and win this one just to kind of make sure it's not interesting. At this price, though, I don't really have an opinion. Maybe in an accumulator, throw them in a three-team, a triple, maybe. They should be able to move past Zalta Varagom here. Do I want to lay the one goal? I get a weird feeling they win like 2-1. They're not a particularly good defense, but can Zalta score? I don't think. I'd maybe put them in an accumulator, but Nice will win, but by how many is the question. I'm not really in the business to push. I could see a 2-0 win though. Any opinion here?
No, not a single opinion. It's a pass this game. I didn't even look at it. Nice are a decent side. Waregem will push for the win because in case of a win, they will climb in the second spot in the standings. But I don't think that Nice will drop points at home against Waregem.
Yeah, I agree totally. This next one, I actually have an opinion on. Östersunds again, Zorya. Zorya out of Ukraine, Östersunds in Sweden. Östersunds is doing well. I mean, they're first in this group. What are we in? What group? J. I
J.
like the way they
Yeah,
played. Yep. And we mentioned, at the beginning of this competition, neither of these teams I would have picked to win it, but they're right there. Osterstoons has won 4 or 5 at home in the Europa League, been a real good home side, and Zorya has not. They've struggled away. You want to get them at home if you're going to back them. I just think Osterstoons is the better side here. They're at home. They have the leg up in this group. The 2.2 to win it. This game will go a long way, I think, in deciding this. Zorya, it's questionable how good they are. I'm going to go with Osterstoons here. I just don't know that I believe much in this team. So I'm going to go Osterstoons against Zorya at 1.75. Not a great price, but good enough. I'll take a shot here with
1.82.
Osterstoons.
1.8,
There you go.
1.82. I found the best odds on the market for that. I think that is a really good approach. Yeah, I was looking at that match, but as you mentioned it, I will support you on that one because I think that Östersund home are a really decent side. And just a little bit to answer to Cody there, Asian handicap plus 0.5 and double chance are the same exact thing, but different names. It all depends on the best odds that you can find. Sometimes you find better odds for plus 0.5, sometimes you find better odds for double chance on a match. So take the best odds that you can find.
It's generally within 5 cents, but if you're getting better prices, it's stupid to not take the better price. So yeah, I like double chances a lot. You can, I remember in this competition you can usually get good value and draw double chances, especially you're getting maybe a not as good side, but they're at home and you can get a good price on a draw. I mean, if they win, you're gonna, or if they draw, you win, as opposed to pushing.
Exactly.
Um, Yep, Rosenborg, Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad scoring a ton of goals in this match, these matches. Rosenborg, they're not what they once were. Any opinion on this one?
Yeah, all the way with Sociedad at 1.85. They need a win, and I think that they are fighting for the first place. I think that Rosenborg are poor right now, and just one win against Vardar, which everyone won against Vardar. I think that Sociedad are the better side, and they will go in Norway to beat Rosenborg.
Agreed. Plzen, Stout Bucharest. I usually stop at this one due to your knowledge of the Romanian league, being from right there in Baimare in Romania, Alex. You're Baimare's finest. What is your opinion on Plzen in the Czech Republic against Stout Bucharest?
Two sides still already qualified through the knockout stages. They just need 1 point to finish first in the standings with two games remaining in this group. I think that is a classic both team to score situation, as I always play when it comes about when we're talking about Steaua Bucharest at 1.7. I will look also live at that match. I have a feeling that Plizen will win, with Steaua also finding the back of the net. So a really nice bet is home side to win and both teams to score, which I don't know how much the odds are, but I will stick with the best tip from this match, both teams to score at 1.7.
Home side is to Pleasant. Both teams to score with that would be 3.4. So a pretty good
Wow.
price. But I actually like the both teams to score. That's both these teams have had no issues scoring goals in these matches. And look, Pleasant needs to go for it. I mean, they're in second place. They're down 4 points. I actually really like that. Good call by you. That's why I always want to stop at the Romanian teams. Zenit, St. Petersburg, and Vardar, Skopje. Skopje is out of Macedonia, a small country in the Balkans, heading into Russia. This is a brutal spot for Skopje. Skopje hasn't won a game in this. They have no points actually. They haven't even drew in this tournament. I remember there was one game in the early rounds they won. It was a fairly nice win. It might have been against Rijeka maybe or one of those teams, but they're terrible. They just they haven't done shit in this competition. And Zenit St. Petersburg is in Russia at home, and they're 1 point ahead of Sociedad. They need this one. They need to go for it. They need to pound Vardar. I don't think Vardar can score. I'm going to go with Zenit St. Petersburg at win to nil. I can get that at 1.73 at Patty Power. I'm going to go with that. Zenit St. Petersburg win to nil.
But I don't understand the bookies when they are doing these odds. 1.73 for Zenit to win to nil. We are
Yeah,
watching
me either.
Zenit, the best defense in this group, with just 3 goals conceded. And Vardar just scored 1 goal in the process in 4 matches and lost
And who was
all
that
four
against?
matches. And it was against whom? Rosenborg.
Big deal.
Yeah, against
Rosenborg.
Rosenborg.
Yeah, it's a weird number. I don't get why the books keep doing this. This is one of my favorite plays actually. Zenit St. Petersburg win to nil. You get at 1.73 at Patty Power, and you could even get it at like 1.7 at most of the books. So yeah, this is I think this is a 2-0 win. Hey, 1-0 will take. Zenit definitely will get the job done. AC Milan, Vienna. I don't have much opinion. Any thought on
Nothing,
that one, Alex? Okay.
nothing, nothing,
Uh,
nothing. Let's pass
Sporting
to it.
Prague, or actually, sorry, AEK Athens against Rijeka out of Croatia. I'll tell you what,
Yes.
AEK Athens has been. These Greek teams are real tough. I mean, they're so good defensively. It's tough to ever go against them. And Rijeka is decent. I mean, Croatia, unfortunately, is more of a basketball country. But I'll tell you what. I mean, in this league or in this group, no one's catching Milan. I don't think. Like Athens still with a chance. I think they defend to the death in this game. I think the under's a bolt. That's a big play. I like it a lot. Under. It's a low price, but could I dare take Ike Athens in the under 2.5 out? Could I dare take a 1-0 win for the home side here?
I think that you should stick with under 2.5 because they just need 1 point from that match. And as you said, they are really good defending, most of all when they're playing on their home soil. So yeah, unders there. Maybe stick it in an accumulator because it's under 1.7. But even like that, I think 1.65. How much the odds are for that? I think it's a decent price for under 2.5.
I'll tell you what, I mean, maybe a two-team double with this under and with um the Red Star Belgrade under might be a real nice
Or
double
Zenit,
actually.
or they need to win to nil against
Exactly. Yeah.
Vardar.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, maybe a three-teamer there. Yeah, I really like
Hmm.
these two unders we talked about. And we'll guys at the end definitely recap all the plays that we're on. Sporting Braga hosting Hoffenheim out of Germany, Braga from Portugal. Um, I don't have
Nothing
much in this one.
for me. No.
Yeah, I usually like Hoffenheim at home. They've struggled in this competition. Another team that you kind of thought, well, I mean, in that group they should be able to move on, but look at Ludogorets and Braga. Nothing here for me though. I'd much rather have Hoffenheim at home. Everton hosting Atlanta. Atlanta out of Italy. Everton obviously in the Premier League. Atalanta move on with a win here. Everton, Alex, has won one game in 10 matches. They're
Wow.
struggling.
Wow.
They just can't get it figured out. And, a lot of it's been their defense. They've given up a ton of goals in the Premier League. They have no striker. Wayne Rooney continues to sit on the bench. What a surprise, Alex. They go out and spend all that money, and, you look at the end of the day, they still don't have a striker. They have an interim manager. He's not a long term fix. I think Everton has quit this competition. I don't I think they have no shot to do anything here. I actually really like Atalanta. I don't get this price at all. Atalanta with a win here will move on. And, this is the pathetic thing about these books. They give Everton and these Premier League teams so much respect in competitions like this. I can get Atlanta basically double my money plus some. All they got to do is beat a shitty Everton. Yeah, I'll give me Atlanta here.
Well, your name is Everton, and you're struggling to find one manager after sacking your ex one, and you're struggling week after week to fight for that Watford guy, Marco Silva. What is his name? 1,000 managers free of contract in this fucking world, and you are stopping at one of them, and every time you are bidding more. Let's bid more. Let's give him 10,000 extra. Come on, maybe we can do it. Come on, get a manager, because your team is getting relegated. You have 1 point in Europa League, not doing nothing. Come on, your name is Everton. It's not Crystal Palace, for God's sake. You understand? Your name is Everton. Anyway, not a lot for this match. I think that we will see an open match over 2.5, 1.95. I think that we should see at least 3 goals in this one.
I mean, maybe could I dare say it? Pulis at Everton. I mean, they're usually a defensive side. I think they have talent in their defense. They have a good goalkeeper in Pickford. They're getting older in their defense, but they're still decently talented. Maybe Pulis at Everton. I don't know. I think he's a guy that maybe they're waiting on. Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna go Atlanta in this match. Seems like every match Everton plays at home and they are bad in every one. Ludogorets against
Yeah,
Istanbul Başakşehir. Ludogorets obviously
yeah.
leading this table. Istanbul struggling. Any thoughts on this one?
No, no, not on my list. I think that we might see goals, even though in the previous game we didn't. But I think that we can see goals. Both have decent attacking firepower and not particularly good in their defense. But it's a pass for me if you ask my top tip for that.
One of the users is saying, "I am OLBJ. Everton are not shit." Oh, well, they aren't. Maybe we're watching different leagues there, sir, because they looked pretty shit to me. And yes, he's totally right. They are fighting for their survival. They have
Three
major
points
issues.
above
What
the danger zone. 3 points
what
above
team
the
have you?
danger zone. They are not fighting for
Yeah,
survival.
yeah, I'm not sure what team you're watching. You're probably just trolling us, which it seems like you're doing. I don't know what team you're watching. Maybe you're a fan. You must live in Everton, and you're mad that we're being real about your team. You must be delusional if you don't think that they're not in survival mode here. Let's move on. Lyon against Apollon Limassol. Lyon a pretty good French side. They lose Lacazette though, which always hurts. Not a good price here. No real opinion. They should beat Apollon Limassol here. But
Lyon and
anything here?
Lyon and yeah, Lyon and over 2.5 at 1.83. Nabil Fekir, Memphis Depay are has on fire this start of the season. Also in Ligue 1, they are doing some incredible matches, and I think that is a team to follow over this season. Also in Europa League, also in Ligue 1. I think that they should easily cover on themselves, on their own, over 2.5 goals. So Lyon to win and over 2.5 at 1.83 seems really good.
Yeah, and Nabil Fekir is amazing. Great player. Uh, this is a guy that I think is going to be pretty active. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll have. He'll be
Maybe
someone
at
people want.
Arsenal,
Yes, with
maybe
his
on
boy
Wenger.
Lacazette. Right. Um, Maccabi Tel Aviv out of Israel against Slavia Prague out of the Czech Republic. Maccabi 3.3, Prague at 2.2. This is a group that I haven't really spent a ton of time on. They're in the same group as Astana and Villarreal. Maccabi's not winning anything. They've not scored a goal in this competition. Um, it's hard to think this isn't a good under match. I mean, Prague has not been a goal scoring freak show either. So lean under at 1.8. I think whenever you get Maccabi Tel Aviv in a game, you want to bet the under, Alex. Kind of like these Greek teams. They don't have much goal prowess.
Yeah, I don't have any special opinion about this match. I think it's a total pass for me. Maccabi, yeah, disappointing. They were better in the last few years. I think that right now Hapoel Sheva um, are going head to head to win the Israeli league. Right now, they have a really decent side, so it's a pass for me when it's playing Maccabi with Slavia Prague.
Yeah, definitely care more about their Israeli league. They're not winning anything here. So, but Slavia Prague might be worth a good play here. On the road. This one I like. This is a handicapping scenario in football. I often bet on. Partizan Belgrade hosting Young Boys. Young Boys is a side that I bet against on the road. At home, they're pretty good, but on the road, I'm just not interested, especially in Serbia. Partizan is a very tough place to play. One of the tougher places in the world. Partizan really kind of needs this match to solidify that number two spot. Dynamo Kyiv is not going to be caught, but I really like Partizan here, 2.7 to get a home win against a team in Young Boys that normally is very good at home, but on the road, Alex, as we know, they struggle.
Yeah, I think that is a really good approach. The odds are really good, but be careful on the stake. I think that you should leave the stakes low there because we are talking about two weird sides, and we are talking also about Europa League round five of fixtures. So let's stay with our low stakes.
I actually might just go with the draw no bet here at 1.83. This is one of those sides, like you said, it's kind of a weird game where it wouldn't blow my mind if it's a draw, and I'm not confident really enough into pounding the game at 2.7. It could be a 1-1 match. So I'm going to lean draw no bet here with this one. It's not one of my stronger plays, but I definitely kind of like it. It's a handicap scenario with young boys that I uh, usually grab just because I don't generally like them on the road. Sheriff Tiraspol against Fastav's Lin. No opinion here for me
Nothing,
on this match. Yeah, I didn't even look
nothing.
at it. It's one of the ones I didn't. Sharif is actually tied with Copenhagen. They really prior the play here at home, but I'm not looking to lay 1.65 with that. Last one, Dynamo Kiev heading into Albania to play Skenderbeu. Skenderbeu is gone in this competition, sadly. I'm someone that roots for them, being Albanian, but their chance in this competition is done. They're facing the best team in Dynamo Kiev. This could be one of those games where Kiev really just um, you know, kind of make sure they don't allow a goal, maybe shoot for a clean sheet here, and maybe grabs one or two. But Skenderbeo is a really good defensive side. They'll take pride in their defense here. I actually really like the under 2.5 at 2 here. I don't think Kiev will exert a ton, especially on the road against a pretty good defensive side. And I'm not sure Skenderbeo can score. So I'm going to go under 2.5 at 2. Alex, in the first match of this, these two played, I'm pretty sure Skenderbeo won. It was quite an amazing win. I think it was their only win. It was back in the before this round, but I'm going to go under at 2.
Oh, between these two teams, with Skanderberg with Dynamo Kiev in the reverse match, Dynamo Kiev won at home 3-1 against Skanderberg. But I think that it will not be the same score because Dynamo Kiev are leading the standings, already qualified for the next stage, and they will not push for the win. So under 2.5 looks reasonable.
As far as do you guys have set bet amounts or does it variable? I bet slightly less for soccer than I do with like my college basketball plays where I have a set amount. I bet slightly less than I do with soccer, but it's not much less. I mean, it's just about I usually bet 250 on every college basketball play. I bet 200 on these plays. So
Yeah,
I'll put five or yeah.
also, just to answer Cody about Messi, that he is not signed with Barca yet another contract, and this contract will expire in 40 days. I don't think that he will not sign a new contract. I think that at the end, Messi will stay at Barca because nobody in this world have money right now to buy Messi.
Exactly. Um, let's wrap it up here and give out some of our best plays. I'm going to give out a couple here if I can, just because I like giving them out. I'm going to go with under 1.7 BATE and Red Star Belgrade. I'm going to go under 2.5 Skender Bayu and Kiev. And I'm going to go with, uh, I really like Arsenal at 2.62. Any bankers here, Alex, that you want to recommend?
Yeah, Hapoel Sheva at 2.55 at Lugano to win at Lugano. I really like also Arsenal draw no bet at 1.9. Top banker, it will remain Pilsen versus the Steaua Bucharest, both team to score at 1.7. And I also like another one here, Lyon to win and over 2.5 at 1.83. All four I really like as a banker, 2% of my bankroll.
Yeah, I really like a lot of these plays. It's always nice to chat with you, Alex, about these games, especially most people don't focus on Europa, but there can be some value if you know where to look. And I think we have some good plays here. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. This has been the Bankroll Europa League edition. We'll be back tomorrow. Actually, I'm sorry. We'll be Are we back when are we? Tomorrow. Premier League
Yeah, tomorrow,
punters.
tomorrow,
Uh yeah,
yeah.
we'll be back. I get confused now with all these international breaks. But yes, we're back tomorrow. Premier League punters Thursday. Best bets with Alex Stewart, Martin Green, and Natalie. Flash Alex and myself will be with Natalie tomorrow for Premier League punters. Everyone have a great day. Don't forget to give us a like, a comment after the fact. We'll definitely come back and take a look at these. We'll see you tomorrow here at Team Branko. Everyone have a great day. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.